your cloak and meet me in the turret. No Buffs is back. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Castle, and along with my super producer, J.D.
Hello. We're in a tight 2-box today.
That's right. Just the two of us to recap episode 10 of the Traitors US, the penultimate episode. And it's titled, Do You Know the Enemy? Spoiler, they do not.
Well, they got close.
They might know, but they don't do anything about it, is a better way to put it. If you're a new fan here to No Buffs, thanks for joining us. Hello to everybody joining us on YouTube live right now. Love to see that. Please subscribe. Please leave a review. Share the show. Our Survivor 50 coverage kicks off later this week.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, here on the channel for No Buffs. That's on Thursday. Survivor 50, you're not ready. By the sound of your voice there, JD.
No, I'm not ready.
Can't say I am either. We've gotten caught up in the castle here with the Traitors, and we've been busy with trade deadline and the NBA season and All-Star weekend. We did some traveling, which is why we're doing this a little bit later than normal. But yeah, Survivor 50, it's nearly here. We'll be pumped as soon as it's on.
Oh, I said not that I'm not pumped.
Yeah.
I'm just, as you say, there's a lot going on.
A lot going on. And then on Friday afternoon, so we'll do Thursday, we'll do Survivor 50. That'll be our first episode for that, for Survivor 50. But on Friday afternoon, we'll round up our Traitors coverage.
Yes.
Which is, again, what we usually do on Friday. We should have Trey here. We'll have Nora back. She's in Mexico right now with her sister at a resort. TK's got family in town here on the weekend, so it's just you and me. That's okay.
That's all right.
We do have a new No Buff sign from our guy, Josh, at White Birch Woodworks. So we usually have hanging there the No Dunk sign, which you can see in the background. We took it down for this sexy new No Buff sign.
It.
So I don't know, maybe we were contemplating whether we were going to do Survivor 50 coverage or not. Well, we are now. We at least have to do that season.
Yeah, exactly.
So follow us on Instagram at NoBuffsPod, and we'll make sure to blast a pic there for all you podcast listeners so you can see that sexy sign. He may have outdone himself with that one. I think that one's better than the No Dunk sign.
I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
It just pops. Got the little logo
Totally.
there. It's great. It's great. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into episode 10 here. Mora and Rob are the first to breakfast, which means they're the first to the eggs. You want an egg? I'll take 2.
Yeah.
And then we get another shot of Rob just inhaling a hard-boiled egg.
Snake-like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I can't believe we haven't pointed it out yet.
How many times has he swallowed an egg whole, like a snake would? Yeah.
I mean, I assume he's chewing it, but they always cut away beforehand. So I like to think he's just like unhinging that jaw and letting it flow down the esophagus.
But you think it pops out the other end fully intact too?
Fully intact.
Interesting. So yeah, they're there. And we do get a confessional here from Rob to us, telling us, all this lying and all this scheming starting to take a toll on this guy.
Yeah.
Right? He definitely feels bad, or at least he's telling us he feels bad for using Mora and her feelings and her emotions to try and win this game.
Are they friends? Like, are they friends from Love Island, or do they, obviously they know each other.
Yeah.
Unclear to me.
Yeah, I wish Nora was here to really break that down. She's talked before about, yes, of course they have a relationship, but yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. I can't really speak to it.
But they weren't together on
No,
Love
I don't
Island.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Were they even on the same season?
I don't know.
Yeah. We're unclear. We're not Love Island experts, but she obviously believes hook, line, and sinker that he is a faithful. And he knows that he is a traitor, and he is wisely using her to obviously get further in the game and to maybe win this whole thing.
And to be fair to her, everybody thinks he's a faithful. He's very good at this.
Yeah, this is the first episode where really the cracks are maybe showing, and we're going to break that all down. And I was getting excited. On one hand, I want him to win because I think he's played a really dominant game.
Yeah.
And a lot of these faithful are like, what are you doing? Do you even know you're playing a game here? Like that part.
Yeah.
But, I do get excited when they're like, aha,
yes,
they're putting it together. Yes, there was a clue from Candace. And maybe he is overreacting because he didn't get the shield this time. Like, they're trying to talk it out.
Oh, this was the most exciting episode for me.
Right.
Just because of that. They're onto him. And I'm like you. I want him to win just because he's playing a great game. But yeah, just and the line about you're just grasping at this throwaway vote, and then Natalie saying, yeah, we have to grasp at things. That's all we have.
That's all we have.
Grasp at these things.
And then again, I'm jumping ahead, but when she is like, why am I still here?
Yeah.
Why have I not been killed? That's like when you're like, yes. Yeah. Put yourself in the traitor's shoes.
Right.
Or boots, whatever cool cowboy boots he wears up there in the turret. Put yourself in those shoes and be like, yeah, they would want to keep people that are very close to, like Mora and Natalie around.
Exactly.
So who are, like, that's what they should just start doing. I guess maybe when you play this game, like, who are you closest with?
Right.
I guess that's the conundrum. It's like, well, they wouldn't lie to me. They can't possibly be lying this entire time.
I know.
Well,
it's going to be
they can.
So heartbreaking for. I'm going to be my laser focused on Mora when she finds out that Rob is a traitor, because as she said, I'll storm out of this castle.
Yeah.
Like she cannot believe it.
Yeah.
And speaking of boots, not to be fashion police.
Yeah.
Did not love Rob's boots with the overalls.
Yeah, what a look.
I liked it all. Like the overalls, the flannel, but then sort of suede, I don't know, kind of half cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Not my favorite look.
I think it's just because you were just in Austin, Texas and saw a lot of real cowboy boots.
That's right.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you're going to go boots or go full cowboy boots. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's overalls tucked into cowboy boots that are suede. No.
Not for you?
Not for me.
Yes. Okay. We are fashion experts here on the show.
Look at me. I'm draped in Olympic garb.
You're ready for the gold medal hockey game, I assume, and the men's. Try and get some redemption for the women losing.
I am, yes.
To the Americans.
Up at 6, but I will because
I thought it was on at 8.
I thought you told me it was 6.
Yeah, I think my group chat was wrong on that one.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. I saw 8.
Okay.
I believe it's 8.
Well, then I'm definitely getting out.
That's the Olympics. Back to the Traitors Castle here. So, yeah, those two are just at breakfast. Then Eric comes in next. Obviously, he is a traitor. He comes in with Mark, who Eric says is the last person he wants to sit next to because we have this like spillover from Kristen, as we're going to learn, gets killed.
Yes.
And she was like telling Mark, like, hey, look, if I'm killed here, take a look at Eric. That guy's not saying anything suddenly, or maybe, even less than what he was to begin with. So Eric's a little freaked out by that. Then Tara Lipinski comes in, followed by Johnny. And the two do explain the whole dungeon jack-in-the-box scenario to the others. That was a whole... that was like nothing, eh? It was like, what was the point of all that, really?
Yeah, exactly. Well, to hear with this story and then to match up the story with everyone else, I guess.
I'm just saying they barely even used it in the show.
They did.
It could not have been exciting, obviously.
Here's what I want for future seasons. Did you ever see, well, I know you have, the episode of Nathan For You where it's the price match guarantee with Best Buy. Mm-hmm. So it's a small electronics store. He basically has this whole scheme where he's like, we're going to price your TVs at $1 and then Best Buy has to match the price, right?
Yeah.
And then you go buy up all the $1 TVs,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But at his store, they have to put on, they have to be dressed formally. They have to go through a very tiny door and there's an alligator on the other side of the door, right? Yes. Okay, so that's funny in and of itself.
Right.
But then later on in the episode, he has to basically prove that the owner of the small store is insane. So he takes him to a psychologist. And this is like a slow 1-2 punch, right? Because then we have this footage of this poor man telling a psychologist about this sale that he put on and had a dress code and an alligator and a tiny door. And he sounds fucking insane, right?
Right.
This is what I want for the Traitors. Okay. I want whatever is happening at night to be the most fucked up scenario.
I see.
So when they have to come back at breakfast and describe it, it sounds completely unbelievable.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay, we got there at the end. That was awesome.
Yeah, a little. Sorry, it was a long way to get there. But
thank you for reminding me of that great episode. I'm literally tearing up from laughter.
I watched the entire episode this morning when I should have been like, I was like, this reminds me of that Nathan For You, and then I watched the whole episode. But that's why I'm talking about it so much.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I love it how it's like, that sounded weird. Like we've seen this a couple of times this season where they're just describing it. And I just want the descriptions to be so unbelievably insane. And that makes maybe some of them do other things, right? So that casts some doubt into, well, wait, you had to eat a dozen eggs? Well, I just had to stomp on some grapes. What's going on here?
Right,
And then who's telling the truth?
Just lean into the complete absurdity of
Absolutely,
it all. Which we'll get to some absurdity, I thought, in the mission for this one.
100%.
Oh my God. What's going on with this show? But okay, that's interesting. I like that. Well, they didn't show us much, I guess, was my big takeaway of this whole Jack in the Box and the traitor popping up. But we get to the final knock at the door because it's down to Natalie or Kristen, and they don't know who's coming in, or at least obviously the faithful don't. And Natalie walks in, and then that means the traitors have killed Kristen, and we get our flashbacks to the turret, and we get Rob telling Eric, hey, murdering Kristen, and we talked about this on last No Buffs, that's going to bring some heat, no doubt, because I thought maybe that was like a slick, like accidental game move from Kristen.
Right.
By throwing out Eric's name so aggressively, because then they wouldn't kill her. They do in the end because Rob is just like, it's just going to come from Mark. And we got Mark.
Right.
We can flip him back. Like if there's heat for killing Kristen on you, Eric, it's only going to be from him. And he sort of was right.
I think so.
Yeah. And obviously they played it out perfectly. So they talk about, after killing Kristen here tonight, which they're all going to find out, then we got to make sure we get Natalie out at the round table. So our traitors here are setting up what they want to happen, and they are going to knock it out of the park. I mean, I say traitors, it's Rob.
Right,
it's Rob telling Eric what to do. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah. They do
and talk next time at the round table, you
Please
fool.
say something. Yeah, they knock it out of the park for sure. It all goes to plan, but I think that they came very close to blowing their whole game up with, Tara being the broken clock that's right once in a while, if she had just stuck to it and backed up Natalie, I think they could have swung it back. But after that, it was all over. Yeah,
we'll make our predictions at the end, how this season plays out. I mean, I have it at I actually really think it might come down to who they kill here in the final kill, which they're going to have to do in front of everybody. Whether or not they pick what I think is the right person, then I think they walk away with this game, or at least Rob walks away as a winner, as a traitor. Right. And if they don't, I think there's a chance they actually, it blows up in their face. But
right.
I'm jumping way ahead. All right. So Alan comes in next. You're judging everyone's fashion sense here today. What'd you think of Alan's fit?
I love it always. As always. I mean, he can't miss. Alan, I laugh at literally everything that happens with Alan. He walks into the room, I'm laughing. I'm giggling.
Yeah.
Every line of dialogue, I'm laughing. Sometimes it's not that it's funny. It's just out of delight.
Yes.
He's just a delightful presence.
So you love when he does the little zing on smashing the photo of said killed person.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cheesier it is, the better.
Yeah. Cause I guess he went with he obviously went with a cooking.
Yeah. Like a pan-fried steak, she is well rested.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good. He tells them that tomorrow is going to be the final day in the castle, and that tonight will be the last round table where a player's identity is revealed.
Correct.
So, we're going back to the round table, but when they're stepping into the, the circle of truth, I guess that is done after tonight's episode here. Tara, after the breakfast, Tara pulls Natalie for a chat and asks the question. Quote, this is Tara Lipinski to Natalie. I know this is crazy, but do you think it's Rob? Here we go. And they talk it out, and they're putting together the pieces, and all signs are maybe pointing to Rob. First, why did Candace throw out his name the night she was bounced?
Yeah.
That was weird. Secondly, and I already said this, Natalie comes to this realization that she has blindly trusted Rob from day one, and then is like, why am I here?
Right.
Why wouldn't I been killed already?
Yeah.
Why am I not murdered? Is it because I'm so tight with him and a traitor is trying to keep me in their back pocket?
Yeah.
And we're like, here we go.
Put it together.
Here we go. You guys got it.
That's right.
Now you just gotta obviously whip up enough votes to make this play. So their plan in formulating it is, it starts with Maura. We got to go talk to her and see if we can get her on our side. So they present their case to her, and she's just not buying it. Maura tries to explain the Candace Rob vote as a mistake.
Right.
I think she said she just messed up.
Yeah.
okay. And then she's just like for the 10th time in this season, it could not be Rob. She's just convinced, like you've talked about, that he's a faithful. He has her completely duped.
Nothing can be said, I don't think. Rob could say to her, I am a traitor. And she's like, oh, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
Come on. And that's what it feels like anyways.
Yeah. Meanwhile, outside, Mark is talking with Rob and does wonder whether Eric could be a traitor, going off of what Kristen told him. And it's exactly what we were concerned about. Kristen was pressing him hard, Eric, last night at the round table or after, and telling Mark all of this. And then she suddenly axed. So Mark is like, that's a little weird, isn't it? But Rob, he gets to work on Mark, and he starts planting the good old Natalie seed here. She's the last gamer left. She's done a weird throwaway vote or two. She had one on Tara. Like,
yeah,
you know, he unlike what he did really for Lisa and then Candace, I guess he just thought they were in too much trouble and maybe it was too early in the game to really put his neck out, but he is trying to defend here, Eric, or at least pivot Mark away from the potential of Eric.
Yeah, he is very cool at doing that. He does this thing where he kind of leans back and he considers it before he goes, nah, I couldn't possibly be Eric. There's another moment that happened before that as they're leaving the castle. And Mark turns to him and says, look me right in the eye and tell me.
Right.
Tell me you're not a traitor. And there's this weird pause and he goes, yeah. Well, you know, like it was weird.
It was weird.
It wasn't like my instinct would be like grab him by the shoulders, look him directly in the eye and go, I am not a traitor. Right. But he didn't do that. He just sort of like brushed it off. It's like, come on, man, you're being crazy.
Yeah, which that's probably a better way for him to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so in character for him.
Yeah.
So and Rob was fine with it. Like he wanted to believe. That's the thing, right? Maura and Mark, they just want to believe that Rob is not a traitor. It's just psychologically, this guy who I love, I want to be next to him. We're in this together. We're friends, and they just will not believe. Because of literally charisma.
Yeah.
It feels like. I don't know.
Well, charisma or just like they're just not good at this game. You know, like they really have a hard problem separating the two.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's worked. You're right. I did skip by that, but that was an important part. So he's got the Natalie seed going now. So that's like obviously the plan that they had up in the turret, him and Eric. It's mission time. But wait. Groundskeeper Fergus got an Amazon delivery. What was that shot?
I mean, product placement? Is it like for Amazon? It has to be, right?
Weird. This is a Prime Amazon delivery box on a Peacock show.
It's Amazon's Amazon, man. Like they'll buy advertising anywhere.
So this is what it was. It was a brand integration.
It has to be because the bit is not great. I mean, I'm never mad when I see Fergus.
Yeah, right.
Never mad.
Nobody is.
You know, and it's sort of a little tease of what's to come with the stuffed animals and stuff. But yeah, a quick little ingenious ad.
I guess,
right?
Yeah. How much did it cost?
Fucking, I don't know.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
Because it's clearly, you see the box, you see the little Prime smile. Like it's, there's no other reason for it except to see Fergus and get him in there. Yeah. Get us leading into the mission.
I mean, Amazon and the Cock they do kind of have to work together. They're both NBA rights holders, right? So there's that. They got to get along on All-Star Weekend or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. You know, that's true. They're seeing each other in big conference rooms.
That's right.
Well, before we get to the mission itself, I thought we did have some important car rides over because I don't know. I always wonder how they split them up. I always wonder that. Does a producer tell the players, you guys in that car, you guys in that car, or do they just let them see where they go?
I think I heard Rob say that they decide, like the contestants.
That makes more sense because you would go in said car with who you maybe want to talk to, right?
Right.
Or who you're closer with, and then you're like freely speaking. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. Is he okay? I didn't know he had said that.
But as he said, if you're Tara and Johnny, you want to be in separate cars.
Yes.
Like do not go together ever because you want to get as much information as possible, right?
Yeah.
But
how far is this drive? That's the other part.
It's great.
Is this a 10-minute drive or is this literally a 45-minute drive?
I'm saying I'm leaning towards 45 minutes. They're like seem to be traipsing all over the Highlands sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
They are in the middle of nowhere, it feels like. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's say 20 minutes.
Okay.
20 minutes is an eternity in a car.
Sure.
If you have time to talk strategy with 4 people you trust.
Sure.
So,
well, we have important conversations. Tara, Johnny, and Natalie, they're together. They discuss Rob being a traitor.
Yep.
They talk it out more. Okay. Everybody's on the same page here. Meanwhile, Maura is in the car with Rob, Eric, and Mark. And, basically she's like sort of spoiling what they were talking about because she had talked to Natalie and Tara, how they said it's Rob. So Maura's just spilling the beans.
Right.
I mean, not that they're not dumb. They know they're talking about them, but we get Mark saying, I've had on and off doubt about Natalie. So those are the 2 separate cars. This is where we're heading this episode. It's either like, do enough people believe it's Rob and take a shot at him? Or are we just going to stick with Natalie? Because she's done a lot of weird things this game.
Yeah.
She is a gamer. Like, you can get to reasons. Like,
sure.
I feel like you can convince yourself with anyone almost at any point now,
Totally.
at the end here.
I mean, she is a more explosive player in that, she will tackle people out of the way to drink potion and be dominant in the challenges. And if she decides that she's going after somebody, she goes after them, which ended up being to her detriment tonight.
Yes.
But yeah, it's easier to build a case of quote unquote evidence against Natalie than it is Rob.
Yep. So we go to the mission, and it's going to be spinning around on the Carousel. It's musical chairs.
Love it. Love it.
When the ride stops, you jump off. You find bags of gold stuffed in these fairground prizes, which are these stuffies. You are not allowed back on the ride without said money, said gold. I think it's going to spin 5 times is what Alan says, and then whoever's sitting on the carousel at the end will receive a shield. And there's a little twist, like he doesn't tell them that, we're going to be removing the chairs. Though they probably should have, I don't know. You should have.
I thought it was implied. Like,
yeah, they didn't seem to. They seemed shocked. They're like, oh,
yeah, but he says the last person on the ride gets a shield.
Yeah, why would 5 people get shields at this point in the game? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought when Rob came back and there's no chair, I'm like, yeah, of course there's no chair.
Yeah. But he did seem a little
yeah,
because he would have wanted a shield. I mean, he seemed a little pissed. Eric and Tara, though, we learned, will not be riding the carousel.
Correct.
Due to medical reasons.
Yeah, I did try to find out what those medical reasons are. According to, they never disclose it, but Tara, because of her skating, she has suffered hip injuries and has arthritis. Because of those injuries.
Okay.
This is Google.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on a spinning thing. And Eric has herniated discs. Also, I have no confirmation.
Okay.
But it's more of I thought maybe they just, they get motion sickness too easily. That's what I thought.
I didn't even think of some sort of actual more physical ailment.
Yeah.
Or body injury.
That part of it makes more sense because if I'm a producer and I'm like, oh, you get motion sick? Great. Good. Get on this fucking thing. Or don't. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, yeah. But
But that's a little okay. Just to push back on that, let's say they have these injuries, which I don't doubt. But so you can't spin around on a thing,
right?
But you can jump in a canoe.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Hey, I'm just
interesting.
I'm just grasping at whatever I can find on the internet.
All right.
I'm sure if Nora was here, she would have their medical records.
Oh yeah, she'd have printed them out. We've gone over them in detail.
But I mean, Rob said this on his podcast. If you can't do the challenge, you shouldn't be doing the challenge.
Yeah.
You got to sit out, right? Because it's totally unfair. I know that they had to go get their stupid dummies.
Yeah, and then put them in their own chairs that they were sitting in. So it did take longer.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's way worse to be dizzy as fuck running around trying to find shit. In my mind.
I would think so. I mean, I've done the spinning teacups at amusement park rides with my friends' kids, and I hate it.
It's brutal.
It's hell.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have got the video ready. our buddy Paul, he's got twin boys, and I went to the amusement park with them. I was like, I'll go on it. I definitely had been drinking the night before way too much because he was here in town. Anyway, I'm not feeling 100% as it is. I can do this. I do like rides.
Yeah.
But I hadn't been on one of these spinning ones in a long time, and I forgot the boys can they can crank it up even more. And there is videos of me just sitting, like I look like death, dude. Paul's got video and like, hello darkness, my old friend, and like I didn't puke somehow, but I was so close.
But you're out of commission for like 20 minutes minimum, right?
Dude.
Like
I felt so bad. So bad. I thought I was going to hurl like all over everybody out there. And I just tried to suck it up. Like, I'll swallow this if I got it type of thing. It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, they don't have to do it, but you're right. I guess they have to go move their dummies around. Sure. The thing is, they love their crash test dummies. Like when they showed the crash test dummy of Tara and Eric, like, man, that's like one of the biggest pops of the season. Like, oh my God, look at these things.
They look just like me.
We have one photo of Johnny sitting beside, and I throw in air quotes, Eric. And that is a very funny shot.
It's awesome. It looks like they're looking at each other.
This show is so unserious, man. It's so good. We do get, I think, was it Natalie asking, like before the ride started up for the first time, like asking the professional skater who spins for a living or did, any tips to maybe not get so dizzy or not get sick? And he said, which I never heard before, cross your eyes if you're feeling really, really sick or like you're feeling very dizzy, I guess. I had never heard such a thing.
I have never heard of it. I frankly don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Oh, okay. Johnny was maybe trying to screw Natalie.
I mean, yes, that's what I think.
Wow.
Because
what did he say? He said naturally your eyes start to cross.
Yeah, that I get.
Yeah. So beat it to the punch and just try crossing your eyes and maybe then they go back to normal.
Okay.
That was news to me.
Any figure skaters, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious.
It's always amazing what they can do.
Yeah.
The ride does start and Rob drops a sarcastic, holy fuck! That made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it didn't look like it was insanely fast. I guess they cranked it up at one point, or at least the edit said that.
Yeah.
But my point is that when they got out, they were not stumbling over.
Not
like
as much
you
as
would if you did like a dizzy bat
thing,
like, or at least I would be. I'd be falling over the place.
Which we've seen on Survivor multiple times, where people are just like, they can't run in a straight line at all.
Yeah, but they didn't seem that bad. No. They compose themselves or like, I mean, Mark had his whole like legs up, eyes closed.
Yeah.
Like, I think eyes closed would be the worst. But
me too. Moira tried that too.
Yeah.
And she was like, it didn't work.
Yeah, right. I don't think that would work for me. It's like the equivalent of like going on a boat on choppy water.
Oh yeah.
Like they like a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go under. That's the worst thing you could do. Like you should try and keep your eyes on the horizon. That's what they tell you.
That I can confirm that is the worst thing you can do.
Okay.
The second worst thing you can do is go down and try to help your wife who already made the stupid decision to go down.
Yeah.
Because that got me when I was trying to help Rachel.
Oh, really?
God.
It's brutal.
It's so bad.
I speak from experience. Again, usually a lot of alcohol involved the night before when I've been on a boat the next day. So take that into consideration. But I've puked on a boat like multiple times. The best thing you do is puke.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
Then have a Coke and you'll feel better.
Yeah.
At least I do.
That's the only time I've ever been. I've been on rough seas. I've done, it never bothered me. But when I went below.
Yeah.
I mean.
It's bad. Our buddy Ken did it once and he was down there for hours. And everybody just kept saying, come up. It's better.
Yeah, but once you're down there, it's like you can't move. You just simply cannot move.
It's crazy.
And the most crazy thing is as soon as you walk off the boat, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Anyway.
You don't get car sick at all or planes. Yeah, I don't either.
No.
So it's weird. Just the boat.
Yeah.
The rocking of the boat. So we do this ride. We do the carousel. Rob gets squeezed first. He does seem pissed. He seems pissed with Mark that he got in the chair for just $750. That's what he was upset about at first. And then he like tried to walk it back and he's like, oh, I'm really just upset that I'm going to die.
Yeah. Which made Mark feel like he was on the outs. Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a confessional immediately of him saying, everybody's got a friend but me. Everyone has an alliance except for me.
Right.
He
went through all the pairs.
Yeah,
that's true.
Fair enough. And I think Rob was sort of laying it on a little thick.
I think so too. Because Natalie's like, he's never done this before.
Yeah. I mean, it can be explained away in that we are now very deep in the game, and there are, the likely, if I'm a faithful, the likeliness of me being murdered is very much higher. So I want that shield. I feel like that's easily explained.
And he went in the first go around.
Yeah.
And if they weren't hip to knowing that chairs were going to be removed, like, he's pissed by that.
Right.
Well, he didn't tell us that part, you know, because maybe he was out there trying to find more money or bigger money.
Yeah.
Denominations.
Yeah. Because he had 2,500.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was pissed. Maybe he was like, Mark, get out of your seat. I've got more money. Switch with me. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been cool if they could have done that. Yeah. So the rest of the challenge goes on. Natalie is helping Maura rip open a stuffy. She's struggling to get into these things. Johnny does go next. He gets bounced. Then Mark, then Natalie, and Tara, because they removed 2 chairs there. Mm-hmm. So it's down to Maura and Eric in the final round, and Eric wins the shield. So he is helping out Traitor Rob by doing that, because that is pretty big.
Yeah,
because they're going to have full control.
It's huge. And when it came down to those two, we knew it was going to be Eric.
Yeah, and I mean, he won this. He didn't even do the competition.
That's right. That's right.
He just sat on the side. Watch them go around, move a dummy, and then and I don't think they look that heavy, these things.
No,
like they were. I mean, Tara and Eric were throwing them around, all right.
Yeah, but Maura couldn't. She couldn't even open. She needed Natalie to help rip the thing open.
Was it Maura that asked groundskeeper Fergus for help too? That was a funny shot at one point.
Yeah.
I did like that.
I love Fergus just hanging around during the challenge. Yeah. Like them running by and that part. That was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
So after the challenge, we get back to the castle, and there's a little talk, I guess, going back in the cars. But I do love this part where Natalie is running through the numbers. This is the real gamer here in Natalie. This is a woman that has played in One Survivor. And she's like, just looking at the numbers. Where are we heading into this final, so to speak, round table? It's Rob. It's his extra dagger vote. Mm-hmm. And it's Maura, who has just joined at the hip with this guy, the Love Islanders. That's 3. Then it's the besties and the skaters and Tara and Johnny. Yeah. And then it's herself, Natalie. So that's 3. So it all comes down here to Eric and Mark, and whether they, from Natalie's side of things, can convince them, those 2 guys, it's Rob.
Yeah.
That we have the numbers, dagger or not, we can do this, but we got to get them. But then Tara seems suddenly concerned about the dagger, sort of, and the numbers, and wonders, like, do we have enough to pull this off?
Right.
And she just seems so terrified to, like, unlike Natalie, to take a shot. It's like, what do I have to lose? I guess her I think I'm giving her a lot of credit here, but the thinking is like, well, you rather than me, and I'm still here.
Right.
But I think she just, like, gets scared, honestly.
100%.
And doesn't want to make a scene or, like,
she doesn't
be wrong again. Or
she doesn't want to look foolish. That's
it.
That's it. She's had such a terrible run up to this point, and she just, she feels silly, right? And she just is like, she came like after breakfast, she's like all in. It's Rob. I'm going to convince Natalie, which she did.
Yep. Have Johnny. He's in.
Got Johnny's there, of course, and then she's just lost her nerve, right?
And like, what happens if it was a tie in this situation? Let's say they only needed to get 1. Let's say Mark's, hold on. It'd be Eric, because he's a traitor.
Right, exactly.
Eric's, let's say they get Mark.
Yeah.
They convince Mark.
Yeah.
And it's 4-4. Revote?
I don't know.
Revote where Rob can't vote, I assume, and Natalie could not vote?
Yeah, probably.
I think you can pull it off then.
Yeah. It's riskier.
Of course,
sure.
It's riskier, yeah.
I mean, as a faithful, you're going to look foolish a lot in this game, but you got to get over that.
Yeah.
And you just have to go for it. Man.
Such a bummer. It was such a bummer because they were there.
They were right there.
And then obviously when it gets to the table, I mean, she just like completely pulls back and leaves Natalie high and dry.
Right. She doesn't even she starts the talk by saying somebody else talk, right? I don't want to do this. Natalie takes it up, and she's making a very good case against Rob. She's got little tiny shreds of evidence, his behavior the last couple of days, the throwaway breadcrumb that Candace left for them, which as it turns out, was a good move, right? Because she said that she was going to throw him under the bus, and in a way she did. The only way she could, by leaving a breadcrumb. And that's what it is. It's a breadcrumb, but it's something you can grasp at, as Natalie says.
Something you can nibble on.
And then Natalie literally sets up Tara to come in, and it's like you said this morning, Tara, remember? It's like, well, I'm not sure about that anymore. And then, of course, Natalie, being such an emotional player, fucking lost her shit, right?
Yeah.
And rightly so, I think. I mean, I know, like, I've criticized her for being a little too emotional in this game, but I would be fucking furious.
Yeah, that one seemed fair. Come on,
Totally.
all day we're talking about this plan, which you basically came up with, and I'm on board.
Yeah.
And now we get here. It's endgame. It's the endgame.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You believe you, and she is saying, Tara is saying, I know you're not a traitor.
Right.
So what are you doing then?
Yeah.
You're completely just throwing away another one?
Exactly. But to save face, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. To save face. And I don't want to be wrong again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
couple more things before we get to the actual roundtable, which we're talking about here. Everyone gets back to the castle, and they grab some chicken with bone.
I love this.
as it's known by. And they start gaming here, start talking this out. So Natalie and Tara pitch Mark. They try to on why Rob is a traitor, and Natalie is convinced Rob is protecting me up there in the turret. Somebody is up there keeping me here for a reason. Mm-hmm. And again brings up the idea that Candace was maybe giving the faithfuls a clue. And Mark even hits her with, I've written this down as well. He's journaling about this. He's written it down. Yeah. Yes. Why not, Mark?
Yeah.
But he's conflicted. He is very conflicted. Even though Mark is telling us, yeah, Rob is like, there's a little shift in his vibe here. He's maybe like a little more performative, especially at the mission. He seems maybe a little bit more nervous, but is that him because he's a faithful, thinking, oh, he's gonna get, Mark's on the edge. I just think they did such a poor job, like maybe again the edit, but like all they should have worried about, Mark. Right. Maura, lost cause.
Yeah, totally.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Go for Mark, get that 4-4 vote, and do the revote.
Right.
But,
yeah.
You needed Tara and Johnny to obviously go to bat with you.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go harder at Eric as well. I know he was reluctant. Like he was like, I think it's Natalie. But if you pressed, they don't know this obviously, but if you press Eric, the more he talks, the more he's going to dig his own grave, So, but they have no way of knowing that, but
this is just another perfect example of why Eric was the perfect recruit for Rob as a traitor, because like maybe a more conniving, like not that there's a lot left. I mean, I guess it would be Natalie, let's say, Natalie from the rest of them. Like maybe someone sees the opportunity to be like, oh yeah, I could be the final traitor here.
Right.
Maybe we do get Rob. Maybe I'll help push that narrative. But Eric's just never, he ain't never going to do that. He's the perfect pick. Before the roundtable, I wrote down here my notes. I thought two of my favorite scenes from the season so far. One, it's Rob and Maura. They're in the bar and they're talking about who they got to vote for. And it's Rob telling Maura. It's like, we vote for Natalie tonight. Mm-hmm. We banish her. And then it's Johnny and Tara. They're probably one of them, if not both of them, are a traitor. And then he just pops up to get more chicken. He's like, oh, that chicken was good. I'm going to go get some more.
I like those bones.
Yeah. And then, but the shot stays on Maura.
Yeah.
And she is tinkin' and tinkin'. And I love the shot.
Yeah.
It was a great, she's just pondering, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm led to believe she's wondering, like, what is like, is she suspicious here of Rob?
Right.
He's like, just so matter of fact, and he just wants more chicken. But I love that. And then right after that, we get Johnny and Tara discussing whether it's Rob or Natalie. And I love this conversation. They're talking it out. And Tara says to Johnny, you didn't buy her thing today. Mm-hmm. And Johnny says no, because that's what she does. She's a professional game player.
Yeah.
And so I just love those two little scenes there.
Yeah, totally. Interesting that Rob. So what do you think set off Maura's sort of radar there? The fact that we're going for Natalie and then we're going for Tara and Johnny. It's sort of insinuating there's 3 traitors left. Is that, or 3 traitors still in the game?
Yeah.
Or
is it just like, we think Natalie's got to be one.
Yeah.
The final gamer, blah, blah, blah. What a evil and brilliant plan to get rid of all the other gamers, blah, 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 blah. And then Tara or Johnny, they're joined at the hip, so one of them has got to be a traitor. I think that's more of the reasoning.
Okay.
He's probably telling more, but she just doesn't seem to have any grasp of the game, really. I don't think she ever watched it from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So sort of clueless with that part. But again, I love those shots of her tinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Okay, to the round table we go. Alan comes in, he sets the stakes. He lets us know $180,000 is in play. Good reminder.
Okay.
You know, we're up to a decent amount of money now.
Not bad.
It's not nothing. So this round table, it's all about whether it's Rob or Natalie. At least that's what the edit is trying to make it look like, right? The whole scene, the whole episode, I should say. Is it Rob? Is it Natalie? And Natalie gets to talking. She does her whole, maybe I have a traitor angel watching out for me. And we circle back to the Candace throwaway vote. Was it a clue? Was it a nothing burger? I mean, this is like the fourth time in this episode alone where we've come back to like those two things.
Yeah.
The evidence, so to speak, of why Rob could be a traitor. But then, yeah, shit just takes a turn here because Tara and Johnny are just not like saying anything or coming to the plate and backing up what Natalie's trying to say about Rob. Yeah. And then Natalie is so pissed off with that she just like calls out the two of them, the two skaters.
Yeah.
Like, you're really switching up your energy here. Y'all talked a big Rob is a traitor game all day long, and now there's not a peep from you. Like, what's going on? Are you a traitor? Like, Natalie's like reeling here now. And you already said you felt bad for her, and I agree with you. Like,
yeah. I kind of want to know, like, because they both ended up voting for Natalie, right? Johnny and Tara.
Everybody voted for Natalie,
right? Except
for Natalie voting for Tara. She didn't even vote for Robin.
Right. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
But were Johnny and Tara, did they sort of decide at that moment? Because presumably the plan going in was to vote for Rob. And then just think everything falls apart. This is this great shot of Johnny where he's not saying anything. He's just like going back and forth and like, like everything is going like completely tits up here. Like what, so
I think they had decided, because I think that scene we got where Johnny was going, Natalie is the one,
the professional gamer.
Yeah,
I think
she's and like I actually don't buy all this relationship building we suddenly had here today.
Right.
So I think the edit was really trying to make it seem like it was a lot closer than it was, and like it was going to be decided on the spot. I think they went completely in, going either we're chicken shit, we don't have the votes, we think it's Natalie more than Rob. I don't want to be wrong again. No, nothing from me. I just want to be a wallflower again. Right. And then that's why we got like a dominant vote for Natalie here. Yeah. That's my guess.
Yeah, but I'm with you, but also Tara's reaction afterwards, it was just like, she was very upset, obviously. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Rob plays his double vote advantage. It's the final time he can. He's twirling around his dagger. Shouldn't that be a tell? God, this guy's comfortable.
He's very
with
comfortable.
A weapon. He like sticks it in. He has it in his overalls at one point when he gives it back at the end. He pulls it out of like a little pocket. Yeah, here you go. So Natalie votes for Tara, and everyone else votes for Nat. But there's a great part. I mean, she's already gone. We've got the numbers, and then Alan does is like, okay, you remaining people, let's see your votes. So I guess Eric goes. He says sorry because everybody else has said sorry. And then before we get to Johnny, Natalie drops a, "Don't say sorry, Johnny. When you put up your card, don't say sorry. I don't want to hear it."
Yeah, fair.
And then he says, "Natalie, I voted for you." Do you wish she had said sorry?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, she would have flipped that goddamn round table, man.
She could too.
Yeah, she could.
Those arms are getting bigger and bigger
I know,
every
she's
episode.
getting stronger.
I don't know what's happening.
It's all these eggs. And so she steps into the truth circle, whatever. She reveals that she's a faithful. Good job, guys. She was an emotional goodbye.
Yeah.
And when she says like, I am a faithful, and they got it wrong, or at least the faithful got it wrong, Mark immediately slaps his chalkboard.
Oh God, it was great.
That was a great scene. Maura drops a for fuck's sake. And everybody else pretends, or like the traitors obviously pretend to be crestfallen as well.
Yeah, I think Rob dropped a "we're fucked."
Yeah.
I love that they're swearing on this show.
I know. That makes it so much better.
It's so much better.
Don't say fucking sorry. I love when she said that. Oh, man. So after Natalie is gone, and after Alan leaves, Tara tells the table, or at least who's still there in the room, she doesn't want to play this game anymore. She's made mistakes. She feels like a fool. She's okay with being murdered tonight. And Mark is consoling her. Johnny, of course, is there as well. And she is really... small part of me thought she was going to walk out.
Me too.
I know, like, they're down to the final day, so that would be literally insane.
Yeah.
Can you not last one more day? Obviously, it's in your contract, I assume. Like, I don't know, you don't get the money or whatever,
right.
or your fee for coming on this show, or the complete fee if you don't see the game out. I can't just quit.
No. And why would you? Johnny would never allow it.
Johnny would never allow it. But the poetic irony of Tara turning on Natalie when she'd have been validated and celebrated had she had just stuck with her instincts there and her suspicions and helped vote out Rob.
Yeah.
And like suddenly maybe could have won the whole game for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a small window she still could
Could happen.
fall into it in a weird way, but she's just over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's just like, I think too kind of a person. This is like has weighed on her. So Rob, there's some more like consoling in the kitchen. And Rob is there at first, but then he leaves the kitchen and he goes and lies down with Mark on the pool table.
Yeah.
the least comfortable spot, I think, to lie down. But Mark is already like lying back on the pool. Of the pool balls are there
just
too.
flying around, yeah.
And Rob plops right down beside him, and they talk about whether Tara orchestrated that whole plan.
Right.
And Mark is like, no way. Those tears when I was consoling her were real. She is just shook right now. She's a skater, not an actor, man. And then Mark drops, and Eric said nothing tonight.
Yeah.
So once again, Eric just sat there, probably didn't share a whole lot. And just like Kristen had told Mark, hey, that was weird. That one banishment, that one round table, he said nothing. Why is he doing it again, is what Mark's saying.
I mean, that's a great observation.
It is.
From Mark.
It is. I guess, does Rob say something about like, he's sort of always like that? I can't remember if he says that there.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Can't remember how strongly he tries to defend him there or not. I didn't write it down. But anyway, Johnny then tells Tara and Maura that if he's killed tonight, avenge me. And they're like, how? Who's the traitor? And he goes, I don't know. Eric?
Yeah.
This is how they should have been playing the game. As I've said for weeks now, just do I don't know.
Yeah.
What about that guy?
Yeah. The guy who said nothing tonight.
Yeah, just go completely random. F your breadcrumbs, F your clues, any of it. Just go, well, what about that guy? So Eric and Rob head up to the turret. Eric has the shield, so their choice who to kill. Rob does question Eric on, why are you not saying anything at the round table? That's a choice, my guy. And he said, but maybe that's where Eric is like, well, that's sort of, I don't say a lot as it is. And so I'm trying to stay in character, but maybe, whatever. And then Alan comes in, he comes knocking, and he tells them there's going to be a live murder reveal. And Alan says, so make sure you all act surprised. Which is pretty funny. So we get some hilarious interstitials here of the faithful, like
nighttime routines.
Yeah, nighttime routines. These are always funny. We haven't had a whole lot this season, but this one
got Johnny with his pearls.
Johnny with his pearls. Maura's filing her nails, I think.
Was it Tara? She's got some sort of like a pat, like a cotton ball.
Yeah, like a little mirror or something. Yeah. Some sort of makeup routine.
Yeah.
And who's that? Oh, what?
Mark with the yo-yo. I was dead.
A casual little yo-yo sesh before bed, as one does. Oh, it's so funny. And then like the interstitials, we go back to them because then we hear the ringing of the bell.
Yeah.
And we have like a little tacked on like, what's
hark.
That? So good.
The siren call of Alan coming.
So that is how this ends, this cliffhanger on who is going to be axed at the start of next week's finale, as they all like go outside and there's the coffin out there and somebody's going to find out that they were killed by the traitors, and they're all going to have to react in front of each other. So obviously an opening, I guess.
Sure.
An opening for the faithful if the traitors botch this or
Right.
in any sort of reaction, either Eric or Rob. I think Rob will be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
in how he reacts.
I mean, like, I think, yes, maybe a little too much stock is put on this because everybody's shocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all you have to do is go, oh.
Yeah, just do that. Just go that. Exactly.
Yeah. And
what?
and-
Drop a fuck. What? Like,
yeah. And the drama of it, I'm hoping, please, it's Alan does it the same way he did Jam Jam, where it's just like, it's you, Taranovitsky! You know?
how about they come over one by one, they get in the coffin.
Oh.
And then, it's like 10 seconds. He stands there, Alan. You don't know if he's going to slam it shut or not.
Right. So they take turns lying in it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But Eric's like, I can't do it. Tara's like, I can't do it. I got something wrong with me. I can't get in that. Okay, well, we'll just say it's you if you get moved. Yeah, so that's the cliffhanger. And a reminder as we go into the final, after this killing, and then we get into the end game of this game, if the faithful banish all the traitors, they share the money. And if a traitor makes it to the end, they steal the winnings. So let's start with this prediction. Who do you think Rob and Eric murder in front of everyone here at the start of the finale? We got Mark, Maura, Tara, and Johnny. Those are your only 4 options. It's got to be one of those 4.
I mean, if it's me, I think I'd go Mark.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
Yeah.
I think that is the move that loses Rob the game.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Rob wins this game by himself if he keeps Mark over Maura here at the start of episode 11.
Okay.
Because Mark, as Rob knows, has talked openly about Eric. Right? So kill Maura, and then you're going to have this play here still to get out Eric. Because as dumb as some of these faithful are, there's no way that they don't think there's not a traitor left, of course, because people are getting killed.
Right.
But get one traitor, and then that'll be enough to trigger the end game where everybody's like, okay, we did it.
Right.
We did it. And I think Rob can lead that. We got it. Let's vote out Eric.
Yeah.
So he turns on Eric, and then they go to the thing, and then they reveal, oh crap, Rob's a traitor and he wins all the money.
Right.
But I think keeping Mark over Maura is the play here. And I think he can probably still win this whole thing, even if he does what you say and they get rid of Mark and Maura's still tied at the hip with him and all that, and there's still a play there. But to me, that is the one.
So you say Maura.
I say Maura.
Yeah.
I think they should. I think Rob leading it should. Eric, I don't think should. But I don't think he's thinking like Rob could turn on him.
Right.
Also.
Right.
And I don't know if Rob will, but that's my take on this. So, okay, so we think it's Mark or Maura because you leave the skaters.
You keep the skaters, and there's so much heat on them right now, in spite of her, natural reaction, convincingly, Mark, oh, that was real. I think you could sort of say she's emotional, but she's just channeling it towards, not wanting to be in the game anymore. But yeah, I think you're onto something. Yeah. I want Maura at the end though. That's because I want to see her face when it's revealed that Rob's the traitor. It's just going to be great. Yeah. So how many so how many banishments / murders are left? Like can the traitors even lose at this point, I guess?
Yes, they could, I guess. Let's talk this out. So let's just say Mark is let's say Mark is murdered.
Okay.
Say Mark is murdered.
Yeah.
That leaves Rob and Eric.
Yes.
That leaves Maura, Tara, and Johnny. So then there's going to be one more, obviously, banishment of some sort.
Yes.
That they won't reveal. This is the thing, right?
Oh, they do. There's no circle.
Because this is what Alan is saying here. Gotcha. So you're going to get rid of someone having no real idea whether it was faithful or traitor.
Right.
And then we'll see if they go outside, because they usually do like the throwing the colored stuff into the fire when you're making your votes.
Okay.
At the end, they usually do that outside.
Right.
But they did show Alan doing that inside, so maybe they've switched it up. Maybe the weather was bad that day or something. I don't know. But yeah, they still could. But it really hinges on Maura then at that point. Like it hinges on the Maura or Mark of it all.
Right.
And Tara and Johnny having any conviction if we do believe them that they were like not yet on Rob. Just one more pass, and then we'll fire our shot. But I don't know. I have little hope in that. I guess what happens is either Rob wins this game as a traitor, or I actually, and this would, I feel like, cause quite an uproar, Tara and Johnny win this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
That would be an insane ending. And I don't think people would be very happy. No. Like, a lot of people would not be very happy.
No, they skated to the end, they'll say. I can see it now.
Give them the gold medal. Give them 100,000 plus, 200,000 almost. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what we think. Let's hear from you guys here in the chat. Tough to keep my eye on it while we're trying to talk this all out.
Impossible.
But thank you to everybody, all of you, for showing up live. Let's hear your predictions. I know you're doing it here in the live chat, but let us know in the comments as well. Again, you can let us know on Instagram, No Buffs Pod. I will say my final prediction is Rob wins it by himself. I think he plays that screw in Eric card.
Yeah. I think you're right.
And takes him out to please the other remaining faithful that we did it. I helped it. We got there. We're all faithful. Yeah. We're all good. All right, let's vote. And then screws them all at the end. So I mean, this is not a creative pick here prediction.
No.
By any means, but
I mean, I'm rooting for it. It's kind of like, is that the perfect game? Kind of.
Yeah, there'll be a good debate about whether Suri or Rob played the better game. At least it comes down to the American version, so that would be fun.
Yeah. And then is there a reunion? There is a
reunion. Okay. And that could be
spicy.
I've seen some, I'm not like Nora in these Instagram streets, but I've seen a lot of there might be some spice here.
Yeah. Yeah.
In people calling each other out.
Kristen's not happy. Ron's not happy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the housewives are not happy.
No. I mean, Rappaport back in our lives, I guess. Yeah, how's this all going to go? So, we do have the finale and then the reunion. So we got a lot to unpack next week.
Great.
Here on No Buffs. Coming up later, I already said, Survivor 50 coverage. That starts on Thursday. Then we got this finale and the reunion for the Traitors on Friday. That's not all. We got more podcasts. At least you do.
Everybody check out Thumb War. This is the podcast I do with my wife. It's all about movies and shows. And our latest episode, we took on, this week we did a whole bunch. We took on Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie. Plus, we took a stroll on the moors, got soaking wet, pun somewhat intended. And we embraced all of the angst of Wuthering Heights.
Okay, I was just about to say, that is the movie, right?
Wuthering Heights. Okay. I'm very proud of this thumbnail. More money, more problems.
That's good.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
Thank you very much. Thumbmore has its own feed. We'll throw a link in the show notes. Or find us wherever you get your podcasts.
The big news this week in Thumbmore land was Patton Oswalt. Sharing one of your shorts or reels or whatever.
Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie. I don't know how it ended up in his feed. Probably because he's a fan of that movie, but he shared it. Got a nice little Patton push.
Nice. Yeah. Patton push.
Love it.
And you love that movie. I'm not spoiling it.
I could
you think
not
it's one of the best movies in a long time. Right?
It's going to be the best movie I see this year.
And this man does nothing but watch movies.
That's right.
Between JD and Trey Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen every movie.
Pretty much.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know how you find the time, but go check out some more. That link in the show notes. Oh, yeah. We also have an NBA podcast that we'll be doing all week long, too. So go check out No Dunks. So No Dunks, No Buffs, Thumb War. We've got you covered. Thanks, everybody, again for joining us. We'll have Nora and TK back for the finale and the reunion. Can't wait. Again, let's hear your predictions. And until then, don't get murdered.